It is Coote who marks the football. And Matthew Bell has taken a Burgess moment. Burgess has hit him with everything, including his birth certificate.
Sam Burgess with a big one.
Donald again, and runs into a shoulder from Sam Burgess, and the ball comes free.
He puts fear across in the opposition. When they check the team list, oh, Sam's playing today, oh geez.
I think if there's any player you wanted on the team was definitely Sammy.
He's one of those blokes who gives 100% every game. It was great to play alongside him because he gave you energy out there for his actions leading from the front.
7 tackle sets. That shot, Sam Burgess says you can have all the tackles you need, but David Fusatua, you're going backwards.
Burgess, taken by Sonny Bill William.
He runs straight at Sonny Bill.
Always wanted to play with him. Obviously got the opportunity to come over to this side and have a crack, but unfortunately, things didn't work out. But at the end of the day, I got to play against him, and I tell you what, she hurt on the other side of the field.
Takes some heat away from the big man. Last tackle. Oh, that's a try. He's onside. Sam Burgess signals to the borough.
I've got tackle 6. I've got a try. Just confirm onside, please.
Sam Burgess has his first try in the NRL. Burgess has a double.
Sam is going to score.
The drop in. Brought back by Sam Burgess. Oh my goodness.
Every game he played was 1,000 mile an hour. He gave nothing but his best. And he had that ability that only certain special players have, where they make the average player a better player.
He's the toughest player I've ever met. Sometimes he lets his emotion on the field get away with, but that's what makes him a great player too. It's all the great strong players and the forwards in the world have always had that trait.
He's just so determined in what he does. He just wants to win, and that's basically him. He makes it personal. I think that's what's made him so successful in his career. Is he just always had those little battles in the games, and he's always wanted to win them.
Will you tell me, as a punch-beam fan, I think there may have been a few this night.
My word it has.
Sam Burgess was flying through, makes high contact, and Joe Tarpany says, let's rumble.
He's such a fierce competitor. He just wanted to compete at the hardest level, and so a lot of times he stepped over that line. And that line's different now than what it was when we played.
Yeah, he used to get me to pull him back into shape when he'd go on the wrong side of red. And he's a big presence on the field. If we needed an inspirational act, he'd come out of the line and put a shot on and try and change momentum that way. And he's been very successful at doing that over the years.
Ben Smith did well. Robson's Mortimer's been hit hard. Big tackle from Burgess.
Pasty little boy when he first came in 2011. I think he came on when he first came in. It was his 21st birthday too. I think it was on his first day that he arrived in Sydney. But he was kind of almost the most talked about thing, the game changer who was going to change the club. I only found out or knew about him was in 2007 when he did that big massive hit on Fui Fui Moe, and that's when I guess everyone went, he's this guy that's knocked out. He's put this big hit out of nowhere on Fui Fui, which is at that time was the hardest guy to kind of hit.
He was an important player, important signing for the club. There were a few clubs after him. I think Manly were after him. There was a big rap on him. One of the best young players coming out of England in a long time. And
Reynolds underneath. Burgess, Sam's there.
He was definitely lead by example captain. Whatever he said, he made sure he did. He lead from the front, and it was pretty easy to follow.
I remember he broke a finger one day and the bone come out of the skin, and basically just said strap it up and get on with it. He had surgery the day after the game and played 4 days later. So the man's just as tough as anything, tough as nails, and so much respect for Sammy.
Definitely been some great speeches that Sam has done. He's definitely had the one before each game that definitely always got you pumped up to run out. They were sort of the same every week, but some of the half-time ones, and especially there was one that stands out as the last round of last year when I think we were versing the Roosters, that was an exciting game, and it really got us up for that second half, and we got out there and really dominated There's a lot more of those speeches, but that's definitely one that sticks out.
He used to change games with his mentality, you know, the way he used to come out and dominate.
I can see why people probably would have hated playing against him, but I'm sure if they had someone of his calibre or someone like Sammy in that team, they probably would love playing with him, because I know I did.
Well, he might have made the bench in our side in '89, but he would have, we probably could have fitted him in somewhere.
He would have been fantastic with us in the 80s.
Finished up captain of England, captain of this great club, South Sydney, and he's one of the greats of the game.
Here's Sam Burgess. He's straight through them. Back to Sam. They can't stop the big man. Sam decides to dash at them. Sam Burgess has scored.